Hi there and welcome back to Battlefield 5. This is actually not what I planned really, but the server switched maps before I even got going, so... Well, here we are. The year is 1940 and the Germans have initiated a conquest of Belgium on the way to France. By the genius plan made by General Manstein, the Wehrmacht launched an attack at Hanu, locking the French First Army firmly north, opening up the path for the main force through the Ardennes. With almost 26,000 personnel and more than 650 tanks and 100 artillery pieces, supported by some 1,250 aircraft, the German war machine has a firm grip on the French, Belgium and Netherlands forces. This is Panzerstorm. But hold on, what? Wait a minute. That's not right, is it? I'm pushing forward as part of the American forces, leading a roaring army of Tommy cookers against the German Wehrmacht. Well, in all fairness, DICE did tell us from the beginning that Panzerstorm was loosely based on the Battle of Hanu. Loosely is really the key word here, since it's a complete weapon and vehicle salad and the Americans weren't even there. However, that doesn't ruin the experience unless you are my dad and still think Battlefield should have some kind of connection to history. Regardless, Panzerstorm is a big map intended to host the ultimate tank battle. It was added back in December 2018 as part of the First Tides War together with the Last Tiger. If you haven't played a single player campaign on Last Tiger yet, make sure to do it. Pack a bunch of tanks and other armored vehicles together and there we go. I, of course, did the only sensible thing to do and pick up a sniper rifle, as you can see. But things weren't always this good. Fact is, this map was so poor at the start that I needed to do some thorough updates in the Second Tides of War to get where it is today. Looking back at Battlefield 5 at that time, checking out the updates and everything, it sort of reminds me of 2042 and the current development. Clearly, it would be better if DICE released a good game from the start, wouldn't it? Maybe we'd actually get that next time. I do, however, remember playing Panzerstorm Breakthrough. It's actually one of the first memories I have of the game. I mean, I remember the beta, but from the real game, the real deal. For whatever reasons, I can't actually remember now. I bailed out for a while. Something I truly regret, actually. Thing is, Battlefield 5 has gotten quite a bit of stick over the years. First, for not being good enough, then it didn't have any good live service, and finally they quit developing it way too early. Truly, nothing is really good, is it? Yet, today it's the most popular Battlefield. Battlefield 5 still has about 25% more player than Battlefield 2042. In a way, we are gifted right now, because even Battlefield 1 and 4 still looks really good. I guess Battlefield 1 can stand the feeling of walking in mud, as you're actually literally walking in mud most of the time. But to be fair, while Battlefield 4 also still looks really good, the controls haven't aged that well. Anyway, all of them still look good and perform well on a modern computer. All of them have active service and communities, and you don't even have to download a bunch of third-party stuff to get it going. In a way, this is the golden age of the Battlefield franchise. Never before have you been able to pick and choose between 4 different eras of Battlefield games, all of them very much alive. Actually, you know what? If you get through the wonky mouse bug in Battlefield 3, you can actually join the 70 players currently playing it. How about that, huh? How about that? Some Battlefield 3 to rekindle your nostalgic side? Or is this the moment where you clear your throat and start wondering what kind of fossil is sitting by the mic? Playing as a sniper in a map like this could be really hairy. There are tons of vehicles everywhere, but since there actually are cover pretty much everywhere, it's doable. And honestly, there are some nut jobs out there trying to run around by foot when I have a sniper rifle. Pretty stupid, I must say. Joke aside, I'm no real starter. I don't hit heads every shot. There we go, took his head clean off. Coming back to the Panzerstorm map and the Battle of Hanu. Whenever I play this map, I always get the feeling that the Wehrmacht is desperately trying to keep the roaring American army away from Germany. It's not only that it is the Americans and they never really played defense in World War II, it's not only that the single player campaign of the German tank is played late in the game when Germany is failing, it's so much more, not least how the map is designed. If you have ever played Breakthrough, this is of course abundantly clear, but even in Conquest all the artillery is facing the Americans. Most cover is facing the Americans as well, I mean the trenches and all. It really feels quite well in Breakthrough, especially if a bit hoggy, but it works quite well in Conquest as well. It's so nice, the time to ads is absolutely marvelous in the game. Obviously, you don't want to run around too much at foot. There are fairly good cover and trenches between the middle flags, and usually there's too little attention towards the American side, so you can just cross the field. But if you run on the German side, it's a bit dicey at the moment. There is some cover, but it's more to stay hidden from heavy vehicles rather than protecting you should you fight. Back in 2000 long ago, I was the main tank player. I still appreciate playing tank in most games today. Sure, I go by foot quite often. I did that long ago as well, but sitting in a nice warm seat, feeling the engine rumble when you step on it, getting the punch in the chest when the main cannon blasts away an entire building, Battlefield 5 really catches that feeling, and you can take quite a beating. Makes you feel powerful. But hitting targets as a sniper also warms the soul. Unless you get killed, of course. The ZH explains the higher rate of fire, doesn't it? That rifle is bonkers, but I hate when I need to hit twice. A sniper rifle should kill in one shot, otherwise what's the point? Oh well, this was far more entertaining than anticipated, picking the rifle for this map. Hope you enjoyed this nostalgic trip to what once was. Feel free to leave a comment, let me know if you think it was a good clip, or tell me to knock it off if you think it was a pile of